Listen, I know that these days are full of uncertainty and fear and isolation. And that's something that y'all, I not only know in this time, alongside all of us that are suffering and dealing with this world that the coronavirus has brought us, but this is also a life that I've lived literally since day one. And being born without arms, from moment one, my life was nothing but uncertain. No one knew what my life was going to look like in the years to come. There was plenty of fear, as if I was going to amount to anything. And then there was total isolation, not knowing anybody else that had to live a life like I lived. But what God in His grace did in my teens is that He rescued and He redeemed me through the grace of His gospel. He gave me an identity, a hope, a strength that I couldn't possibly have, even if I had two hands. And what God has done is He has taken my weakness, and as Paul says in Corinthians, that God's power is made perfect in our weakness. And so what I've realized through these years is God has not only given me a strength and a hope, but He's given me an opportunity in the midst of my pain. God has given me a platform to speak to hope that goes beyond circumstances. And in our world that we live in right now, y'all, the world is looking for hope. You can see it everywhere. You can see it in the look in people's eyes. You can see it in how people interact on social media. The world is desperately searching for hope. And what God has done is He has given us an opportunity now to speak to that hope and to use our pain as a platform to point people to His power. And I would love nothing more than to have an opportunity to speak with your people of how they can take that hope and that strength that God gives and to flip it into a way to transform your community through the hope of the gospel. And if you want to learn what it looks like to do that, man, just go to danielritchie.org/book-to-speak. And there's a form right there on that webpage. Just fill it out. And man, we can start a conversation of what it would look like for me to virtually come and speak with your people and give them the hope of the gospel and give them the call of the gospel to take even this time of pain and use it as a time of power that God can transform lives in your community today. Know I love you and that I'm for you, I'm behind you, and I'm praying for you in these days to come.